Good morning. I said good morning. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's stream. I'm sorry, I just all totally out of it. Today's just been a very, very weird day. But look, we got more lights, and not just this was yes, we replaced the fluorescent light tubes. Um, this is the what I had up in the ceiling there, and they were replaced by thinner ones. We even got light tubes over in that one now, so that now lights up, but it's on a different light switch to turn that on. I gotta go up to the kitchen. Essentially, I'm only having that one on during the day. It's so there you go, and of course tonight we have the striker. The striker's having Smite ready, as we don't know Iceman status. We'll see, because I don't see Iceman on just yet. We'll wait a bit to see if Iceman joins us, because obviously we're on. But yeah, my day was super super weird. I woke up very very early, got a lot of writing done. Waiting for the mail to arrive, because those were shipped through the mail. And yeah, because I'm double checking, making sure here. Because I didn't get any messages from Iceman indicating his status this week. Nothing there. And I don't see Iceman on at the moment. Oh, there he is. There he is. We had to wait a little bit there. Yeah, give me a moment. The things may have gotten wrongfully set here. All right, hold on. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I know exactly what happened, but how about now?
Sounds more like yourself.
Yes. What happened is because I tend to lower my.
Yeah.
When I say lower, I mean literally physically lower the my mic stand. So the cable
Quite
came
literal.
loose. The cable came loose, and that tends to reset.
Sorry for the delay. We were trying to see if Austin Matthews would get number 70, but he finishes the season with everyone's favorite number, the fun for everyone, 69.
Nice.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just another Leaf joke.
Yep. Of course, speaking of Leaf jokes, as a striker messaged me earlier about, how thrilled are you that the Maple Leafs are facing Boston in the playoffs?
I believe this will open the Leafs up to better tee times than some of the playoff teams.
Yes, a striker mentioned to me it's like don't think the Maple Leafs have beaten the Bruins in the playoffs since
The 50s.
Since 1959.
Yep. But on a plus note, their weird announcers finally retiring, so I don't have to listen to that because they played Boston games up here constantly.
Oh, Zipline's coming, striker?
This announcer in Boston, oh, what a play, boy! Let's do it over in the corner. It's like, oh, I hate this guy's announcing. It's so bad.
Yeah, because what is it? The first few rounds of playoffs, just like the local announcers get to do their games before
they're eliminated.
Zip lines are coming to Sea of Thieves.
That's what I figured he meant.
Yeah, like I was confused there. Like, we have this game being a reoccurring feature at the moment, but I don't keep up with any of its news and updates. So,
I don't keep up with any of it.
Striker, did I send the? I could have sworn did I send the invite to Striker? I don't know.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Striker.
Not that I suspect you'll talk back, but hello.
Yes, it's like Striker is our man of silence.
That's fine.
And speaking of men of silence, it's like we were doing Borderlands 2 things yesterday evening. Of course, we're working our way through that as well.
I've been playing Power Wash Simulator.
Yep. And you would appreciate this. There is a direct Top Gun reference.
Ah, cool. Apparently there is in Mass Effect too.
There is?
Yeah. The opening is a direct nod to Top Gun.
Oh.
This ability is called this, but everyone in the galaxy calls it Mass Effect.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that is... They were like, it took over a decade for someone to notice it, but someone finally said it. That's exactly what we were going for there, the Top Gun entrance.
Yes, and Striker says, like, do the Guybrush content, which is like, yeah, we could, like, begin the grand adventure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But where is it? Let's see if I can pull this up here.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. This is like what is said in Borderlands 2, completing a mission that is called Too Close Missiles. Several years ago, the Bandits of the Dust established an elite school for the top 1% of its pilots. Its purpose was to teach the lost art of aerial combat and to ensure that the handful of men who survived were the best gyro pilots in the world. They succeeded. Today, the people of Pandora call it Gyro Training Camp. The Flyers call it that place we go to play volleyball.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did with the Mass Effect entrance. Same concept.
But it gets even better because that its mission involves going to a place, raiding for gasoline and volleyballs, and then again, you will not appreciate this bit. Wiping out a bunch of blonde-haired, shirtless dudes that suspiciously look like Val Kilmer.
I do love Val Kilmer.
Yes, the maddest of Mardigans.
Fun character.
Yes, but it took me a second. This is like reading. I figured, yeah, Iceman would appreciate that reference.
Indeed.
All right.
Plus my general love of Mad Mardigan.
Alrighty. As the Sixers outlast the Heat this evening by 1 point.
The hell? There's a ladder. It's on the other side. Well, this is not an easy way to get about. I don't like this place. The ship is lower than the dock.
Oh, excuse me.
So it's easy to jump on, but hard to get back on. Holy crap, that barrel had a lot of stuff in it. So does this one. Holy crap.
Holy crap.
I could use some near grog.
Holy crap.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in these barrels.
Probably for the size of the boat. Let's see. Which one of these is first? I'm guessing Journey to Mêlée Island is first. By request of the pirate lord, a journey to the Sea of the Damned is underway, as is a hunt for a missing pirate of some renown. His name is Guybrush Threepwood. Iceman will.
I missed again.
Yep, Iceman
Yeah,
will.
I know. I'm trying to get back on the land. I fell in the water.
Yeah, we saw.
Hey, don't touch that. Not unless you think you're tough enough to track down the man I'm hunting. Everything I know is in that logbook. I'd find him myself if I had the money to get back on the waves. But for now, I'm just another landlubber selling tours.
Yes, she's on every island.
Captain Capsize. I see you've already settled in and
Why is
started
everyone
making
dead?
friends.
I don't want friends. What I want is someone willing to drag that pirate pretender back to reality. Then we can have a long and meaningful conversation.
Well, she's alive.
Which won't happen unless you take
got
the
another
time to
ghost here.
explain our
Yeah, it's
situation.
the pirate lord.
A while ago, I invited a pirate named Guybrush Threepwood and his wife Elaine to celebrate their honeymoon here. on the
Weird
Sea
name.
of Thieves.
Okay, so this is taking place.
Though I'd also accept liar, imposter, figurehead thief.
Guybrush accepted
I'm trying to
my
think is like,
invitation,
when would this
but
be
his
taking
ship
place in the Monkey
never
Island
arrived.
timeline now?
After a while,
I thought it was
began to
Mêlée
feel
Island.
lost. So
I know, but,
began making inquiries
yeah.
in the sea of the
I get it,
Damned.
you busted.
And found me stuck there, sailing in circles in my old glass.
No,
boat.
excuse me. It's like I have to clear the throat there.
A memory
I was like, yes, we're going to
reread
Monkey
by the
Mêlée
sea of
Island,
the Damned.
but the Monkey Island is what is the franchise we're now crossing over with.
Long ago can
Oh,
come back to haunt
okay.
you, mingling
I mean,
with
it
all
reminds me is like I did the first two games are available
I fear
on the
that
Xbox
Guybrush
side of
has become
things, so it's like I
trapped
don't
in
remember
memories of
to
his
grab
own.
those next time they're on sale.
Memories of a distant pirate sanctuary known as
Fun, fun, fun.
Mêlée Island. If he is not rescued, he will remain sealed in a dream world for all eternity, surrounded by
Come on, bro, dude,
fragments of
energy
his
drink,
past.
talk faster.
That is why I have asked Kate to recruit pirates who are
Well, you know, we get that
able to broach the
lore,
Sea of the Damned and save
and not the Android lore.
Everybody here will see what a pathetic dope he really is. It's a good plan. Think they can pull it off?
I believe they can.
But good news is my basement / office is now internally brighter, based on like
Good.
getting some LED lights,
Kate learned of Guybrush's
Ah.
whereabouts, but
replacing
was never able to reach
some
him.
long-serving
You
fluorescent
will be
tubes.
sailing into uncharted territory.
I have light
Mêlée Island,
sensitivity, so I like the
things
dark.
may be very different from the Sea of Thieves
Yep.
you know.
I mean, don't mind me. It's like, yeah, I don't. I'm a
Once
bigger
Thieves
fan
has
of the
been
dark too.
rescued,
However, when on
I'm going to
camera,
make him
it does
pay
help that the
every
room is
last
lit.
page.
You should keep an open mind, Kate. Out here, enemies can enter the same
Or at
tavern and
the
demand his
very
friend.
least,
When it
until
comes to
eventually I
Guybrush
decide to do one of
Threepwood,
those
I don't need an open mind.
fancier
Only a
setups and
closed
stuff with
fist.
darker lighting that still allows me to.
And then,
Well, don't just stand
oh
there.
damn it! I thought she
Sail
was
from
done.
that archway and find Threepwood. The logbook I gave you has everything you need to know.
All right, I've had enough
Yep.
of you, lady. Stop talking.
All right. So we gotta go through the nearest archway, which means possibly finding everything for the barrels. Unless Iceman was super efficient.
I'm as
Yep.
efficient as I can be. There's still something in this back barrel here because I can't hold anything else. But I moved quickly.
All right.
Oh, I got a interesting looking cannonball. What is this? A rigging ball. Raises the sails of an enemy ship, resulting in all manner of beautiful chaos. That's funny.
All right, and it's like before we. Ah! Yep, I felt too.
Man, I don't think there's any way to not fall here.
Yeah, potentially leaping from the mast onto it, but that seems silly.
Hmm.
All right, double checking to see if like any other barrels are around.
There was only one thing. There were some bananas back in the tavern that I couldn't pick up, but otherwise,
Yep,
we'd have to search the whole island. And at this point, it's not that big a
that's
deal.
it. Yep. All right. To the bar.
No, there's some in the back of the tavern.
I did. I grabbed them.
No, I mean outside the tavern.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Ooh, there's a lot in this barrel. Holy crap. Oh, there's a whole bunch of food and stuff back here. It looks like we don't have to go far because the arch that's glowing in front of us looks pretty damn close.
Yeah, it does. It's bright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm preparing to shove off. Like this way.
What are you shoving?
The boat.
Huh? Seems hard. It's gonna be like pretty big for you, man.
So we'll wait for you to get on board, and then we'll raise the anchor.
I'm coming. I grabbed as much as I can. Hey, you chuckle, but we had some wild ass cannonball fights at the end of that Jack Sparrow stuff.
Yes, we did.
We needed that wood slash cannonball reserve. Alright, I'm here. Go ahead.
Anchor being risen. Sails have been lowered to give you some. Alright, then just in case, better load up the cannons.
Is that cannon?
I like to think so. Cannons have been loaded. Woo!
nice to not have to ask for directions. I can just see it like this. So, anybody out for the season on our baseball team?
No one actually. Although the catcher we got from Arizona is day to day. So I was like,
Yeah, I just reacquired him on one of my teams because I had Kybert Ruiz, but he was put on DL, and I was like, I don't have enough friggin' DL slots for all this.
Striker's got some worms for Guybrush.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it is. But the Guybrush is known for several things. He can hold his breath for long periods of time. Has some great quips in terms of sword fights.
Looks like an Uncharted sword fight.
It's like we're traveling into the unknown.
Shigao! Yo ho ho, and a complete unknown.
Dear Diary, wow, what an incredible end to an amazing adventure. I outwitted the evil pirate LeChuck, caused an avalanche, kinda, and lived to tell the tale. Even better, Elaine and I finally got married, and all of our friends were there too. I don't think we've ever been happier.
We're providing superior music here.
Get on honeymoon, sailing on the Sea of
Yeah,
Thieves.
it's like Overwatch.
To get there,
You can
we
provide
went
Overwatch
past
or
the
superior
Devil's
music. There's
Shroud.
only those two things.
Elaine says it's no big deal so long as we follow the map, but no, I miss seeing the stars.
Zeus! God damn it, Zeus! I don't.
Ooh, you got a good pun?
Yeah, I didn't know that Sylvester Stallone is on his third marriage. I guess his first was Rocky, and his second was Rocky 2.
LeChuck is there, laughing at me.
That is a good one.
Crazy, I know. I left him
How's it
buried
going,
back on
Zeus?
Monkey Island, but why does it feel so real?
Always appreciate your puns,
Almost
Zeus.
hear the laughter.
They're always very fun.
It's like the fact that it's so just holding our instruments out.
Perfect. What a cutaway.
Hanging in there as always, Zeus.
Ooh.
Did everybody else's thing just freeze?
Yeah. We're still moving now.
Okay, I guess that was. I guess that was supposed to
weird.
happen.
I guess I should pilot this at some point.
But when I did get back to sleep,
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
I had a very different dream.
I feel like Striker should be piloting this as we have no idea where we're going.
He's never done this, so. But there's the big. There's the big island in front of us. So I'm guessing that's where we need to
Is
go.
there?
Start
Yeah.
my very first adventure.
Okay, so we're jumping to the beginning of his timeline. Bring it.
I don't know who this Guybrush LeChuck dude is, but
Oh wow, that is. Yeah, that is
What?
indeed Mêlée Island from the first game. And I have to appreciate the music as well. Huh?
do I need to turn? Like, I'm
Uh,
not really sure what's happening here.
turn us right. There's a dock off. Bring the sails.
How red? I can't see anything.
Yeah, because the mast. Yep, strikers dropped this at the right angle.
Oh,
Alright. This is like
there. Now I see it.
yes.
The way we were angled, I could not see the dock.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a weird thing with the masts and stuff. Alright.
It wasn't anyone in particular sort of thing. I just...
Alright. To the scum bar, I'm guessing. It's like if this is gonna...
Yes, words.
Ahoy there, stranger. Why, this is the world-famous Mêlée Island, of course. Home to some of the filthiest rogues and
I'm guessing we gotta go see this guy at the back.
paths with. Though if I were you,
And more than
I'd
likely-
not stray too far beyond the village.
What are you guys doing?
Weather's taking an awful
Well,
turn.
just like interacting with us. I'm actually going to be curious if they're going to have like a specific NPC in this game. Actually,
Though I'd wager most
ah,
will be
striker discovered
closed,
a piece of 8.
except maybe the general store.
What is that?
Then there's the old jail, the church. But if you ask me,
I'm. Thinker required here. Yeah, okay, so they do have the specific
We can
NPCs.
steal from this guy.
Hey, keep your greedy hands to yourself.
Alright. What's this like? What is this? I once saw a pirate with an amazing butt. She was thick. I guess there was one too many C's there, but we'll allow
What are
it.
you looking at me for? I think you just did. So what brings you to my table? Well, I bet I can guess who.
Seven C's.
They only want to speak with one man.
The thick was the 7 C's. I get it now.
Well, too bad for you. The governor is a busy fellow. He's got to protect this whole island.
Okay, and the chat recap is going. Strikers offering up some Guybrush shenanigans. Sports score bots keeping us posted on the nail-biting NBA game. Zeus drops in with Stallone trivia, more of a pun, and pirate booty tails 7 C's thick.
You could try and make an appointment with one of his guards, but I wouldn't recommend it. The mightiest pirate ever weigh anchor.
Scourge of the Caribbean, terror of the Tri-Island territory.
Yeah, these 3 guys right here are
are
featured in the first Monkey Island game. So it's like, so I'm kind of wondering how much of this is going to be following it.
All that toasting of the governors made me thirsty.
Yes.
Time for some more grog. Grog, 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 grog.
Oh, I can't kill the
Something
dog.
might make this dog give up his bone.
I
Oh.
tried to stab it. Maybe we need its bone.
Hey, you shouldn't be back here. Because it's the
Yeah,
rules.
I don't want to
that's
talk to the
why.
pirate leaders yet.
Customers stay out front where they can't mess everything up. Oh, right. Well, I guess you can look around. But don't touch anything. I'm trying to work on a
So I have a feeling that we are now
dish.
trapped
I
in,
want something
I guessing in a point-and-click
fiery and
adventure.
hearty, tough yet tender. Just like the legend of Monkey Island himself. Too bad I'm still missing one of the ingredients. Yeah, in the barrel. But don't think you can just go helping yourself. It's the expensive, extra strong Governor's Special Reserve. I got a batch of it in stock in case the legend of Monkey Island ever stops by for a drink. Think of all the tourists he'd attract. But you need a strong stomach for the stuff, or you'll be out cold before long. Anyway, forget about all that. And don't
Okay.
touch anything.
I think I get some of what we're supposed to do here.
Ingredients required to finish stew.
You gotta get everybody drunk, it looks like.
Back again? You're persistent, I'll give you that.
That sounds about right.
We need extra potent grog, which I'm guessing is in the back room here. But we probably need to talk to the pirate leaders first.
Back again? You're
Okay.
persistent, I'll give you that.
Alright, where's the governor's
Decided
mansion?
to chance your luck with the governor's guards, eh? Well, you can't miss the place. Head up, through town, and through the archway below the clock tower to find a cliffside path that'll take you straight to the governor's doorstep. You might think so, but the fact of the matter is that the guards will turn you away unless you've got an official invitation. Now, I don't know where you'd go about acquiring such a thing. But there's
So we need at least an invitation or way to see the governor. That would be Elaine, Guybrush's wife. Where are all the trading companies?
Purveyors of tea, silks, that sort of thing. We don't allow them to operate here on Mêlée. The pirates
Striker's
gotta
already
eat
gone.
though, so we do take in shipments of goods from other islands. One of them sank at the docks just the other day, in fact. Ha! What do I look like, a merchant? All I know is the governor keeps this place running just fine. We're never wanted for supplies. If you're peckish and low on funds, you could always find a fishing rod. See if you can't catch some supper that way.
There's a talking skull behind
Pay
you.
him no heed or you'll talk your ear off all night. Claims to hail
Really?
from somewhere called Sailor's Grave, wherever that may be.
No, not behind you. There's like the dude that we're talking to. Oh, Striker is finding those pieces of 8.
Tuneless, talentless assault against the performing arts. He claims it's the
Okay.
best he can do on account of lacking a full set
It looks
of
like
vocal
we have to
cords.
disguise
If you
ourselves as
ask
his
me,
new
he's
assistant.
just doing it for the attention.
Anyway, so there's this talking skull behind us. Or at least behind him. Oh, it's Murray.
What business do you have with us now? Speak up and be quick about it.
I am Murray, the demonic talking skull. Oh, pirates, hear my name and tremble.
Ha! Pay no attention to that blowhard. He left his marauding days behind, along with his body.
At least I can remember my own name, not like some other skulls.
Oh yeah, so okay, this is cute. The talking skull from the Pirates of the Caribbean is arguing with the talking skull from the
And one day I shall return
from the
to
guy
waves
from the
to
Monkey
unleash a
Island
new
series.
reign of chaos.
Sure you will. But for now, we provide what you might call the in-house entertainment. Telling jokes, hurling vile insults at pirate wannabes, and enthralling folks with tales of skullduggery and
I'm just
I found
here for the
something.
insults.
I don't know what
You
it means.
Stink ugly.
What did you pick up? Like
I don't know.
we're still workshopping some of our material.
Hey, you leave that skull alone. He's got a job to do.
There's a whole bunch of guys out here. I just have no patience to listen to them.
yeah. Unfortunately, I do. So it's like, well, all right. So where did everybody go? No. Then I see like a dude with a very, very large hat. Examine history book to examine car figure.
Hey now, supplies of the
There's like
Legend
a
of
ghost
Monkey
over
Island
here.
figurine set are still limited. So there's a long waiting list, and your name
there's another
is
ghost.
not even on it. That's Fresh Stock, a history book detailing the proud heritage of...
Alright, Monkey Island things or Monkey Island things. A man of laurel moral fiber.
Wait just a second.
By order of the governor, mischievous. That means this shop is
Okay.
All right, so the shops are closed.
Oh, there's lots of food around at least.
And where do
Not
you
sure how
think
many of these
you're
coins we need.
I'm here to see the governor.
Yeah, you and everyone else on the island.
Walking
The
Dead?
governor's mansion is
Oh,
off
here's another
limits to
coin.
anyone who hasn't got an official invitation.
Nice.
If you can't show me something to prove you're expected, you can turn
There's food
right
everywhere
back.
now.
All right, so some sort of invitation's needed.
I've never taken an invite for anything. I usually just show up. And the
Rusty
place.
lock, something small can fit inside a rusty lock. Gee, I wonder. A key, perhaps? Claw hammer discovered.
Are you a visitor? It's been so long since I've had anyone but Captain Coco to talk to. Oh, there was a little misunderstanding after I came back from Monkey Island. I came in a little too fast and smashed up the jetty pretty bad. But it wasn't my fault! You ever try to sail a galleon crewed entirely by monkeys? They emptied out my bananas, ran off, and left me to take the blame. Sure have. But it's okay. I'm good friends with the legend of Monkey Island. I was even on his crew once. I'm sure he'll be along
Alright, so
to
there's a
help me out.
costume here we
Just
have
as
to
soon as
buy
he's
from the
finished his
shopkeeper,
important,
but we need more money.
And it's not like I'm alone this time. Captain Coco and I keep one another company.
We need 45 pieces
That
of
would
silver.
be great. But I don't know how you would.
The sheriff has all the keys and...
And I haven't seen him since the governor's guards moved in.
I don't know, Otis. Those locks look pretty rusty. I bet you could blow them wide open.
That is a great idea.
Oh, shucks. You say the nicest good luck.
Alright, so... Not sure what
Is there
I
a
can...
rubber chicken thing in,
Where I'm at?
No, is that like a... Whatever these games are called thing?
Like a reference...
rubber chicken?
Yeah, there was something involving a rubber chicken, if memory serves me right.
Okay. Well, I just found one up in that shopkeeper's house. Don't have any idea what it means, but I found
Keep your
it.
hands off the display cases. I just polished them. Oh, so you're the new cook for the Scum Bar. Nice job burning down that cargo ship. Well,
We
the
need to
costume was
get
never
that
paid for, so if you still have a job
uni,
to go to,
and we need
you'll
to make
need
enough
settle
money
the bill.
in order to do
Best
so.
hurry before somebody else
Or
makes
steal
me an
enough money,
offer.
I guess.
There's a chest over there you can use to change clothes. Free of charge for paying customers. What? Turn my back so you can pocket whatever's in my safe? Whew, you must think I was born yesterday.
Alright. So 45 pieces of 8.
Piranha poodles. Wonderfully random.
That's the rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. Ultimate Collector's Edition.
Oh, I found the chicken you're referring to.
On the famous contraption used by the legend of Monkey Island. Sold out right now, though.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck just happened?
What happened?
This weird magic skeleton dude is like shooting at the dogs.
Alright, so I'm assuming...
Found some more money.
I don't
You gotta be
think
getting
so.
close to the 45 needed
Don't
pieces.
see no uniform.
Oh, those poor doggies.
Oh, what was that about the dogs?
Oh, that's very sad, actually. The governor's guard dogs
Sorry?
get tormented.
The governor's guard
skeleton.
dogs are
Lost all the fire in their
get
little
tormented by the dogs, you see. They lost all the fire in their little
I
bellies.
bet if they scarfed down a hearty meal, they'd soon be back to their nasty old...
Okay, so we gotta help the dogs. Gotta
Let me
You
guess.
didn't sign up for helping,
Another
dog.
pirate wannabe looking for easy answers. Well, let me tell you something. We love pirate wannabes looking for easy answers. I highly doubt it. The governor, he's going to lose the clock tower key one of these days, and then, well, I suppose. I highly doubt it. The governor hired a man to wind the mechanism, but most days he falls asleep in the scum bar and he's going to lose the clock.
Oh, so there's a dude that falls asleep in the scum bar.
You lost? Well, then you're coming to the right pirates. We don't...
Alright, so making our way
Pieces
through.
Whatever do we have?
Like, ooh, yeah. Like, where do we go? What do we do?
Well, I think we need that uniform to convince that chef that we...
Yeah, to get the chef to get the things to
Open
feed the
the kitchen.
dogs. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's a combination
But we need
of
more money.
Yep, and
Where's
We
that
got a good
blasted
amount.
cook?
There
Big
must be
cook.
more money to find somewhere.
Try that again, and you'll be joining the devil for supper. Leave me be.
he doesn't want to talk to us.
There. Joke's on him. We don't want to talk to him either.
Item required to open door. Huh. Oh wow, I just noticed the dude hanging from the ceiling in the bar.
Really?
Yeah, he's writing he's literally writing
No,
an
I mean,
ink.
it was like the first thing I saw. The reason I stepped away from you guys when you were chatting to that one guy, because I was like, what the is going on there?
Yes, I'm very observant.
Oh, it's a seat. I don't want a seat. I want more money. Give me some human money.
Striker strikes again.
Nice. I found another thing that opens, but there was nothing in it.
Alright, so I got the hammer.
The Hammer of Dawn?
Just a claw hammer.
Cool. I found a poster out here that gives you a commendation.
I'm coming. Wait. Ow.
Oh, and some cash. Oh.
Cooking up a
Looks like
plan.
we got
It's a campaign poster encouraging people to re-elect Governor Guybrush. It reads, "When you're the legend of Monkey Island, there's no competition." Okay, I'm guessing Striker.
I don't know if the money I got was just enough for it or what it was, but
Just
we got
uniform
enough?
purchased by Striker.
How do we equip it?
There's a chest, change of clothes chest in there. Alright, so a couple commendations unlocked.
I guess the chef's uni is what we want.
Yep.
Back in the hole.
I'm heading back to the barn now. See if I can figure out one of these puzzles.
Oh, so you finally decided to show up, huh?
Yeah, I decided
You
to
can
show
make
up.
yourself useful and start on the meat stew. The recipe's on the table. I'm going on my break. Don't let the customers touch anything, especially not the grog.
Yeah, my guess is we need to get them wrecked.
Pick up dried onion. Right. Pick that up.
This has way too many food-related things in it. I'm gonna try this. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Alright, kitchen door key. You can use the fish around here to catch a fish. Okay, I'll see about catching the fish.
See what happens if I get this guy drunk.
So we're fishing.
All right, I got him drunk enough to steal his key. Oh, you guys already got a key open. I have another key.
Oh, was it a prison key?
It flashed so fast that I couldn't read it.
Black Tower key. Okay. Striker beat me to the fish.
Take it. If I can get some more people drunk.
Yeah, there's where is the tankard?
I think there were 3 dudes total we could get wrecked. This dude's already kind of wrecked. How is he stopping me from stealing from him?
Alright, I got one dude.
There's a lot of silver. Oh, dude's already wrecked.
Oh, he's dead.
Alright. So we got a bunch of money and we got a prison key.
And I have an idea where the prison is.
And it's inside the town. I saw it when I was walking around.
Alright, returning.
We finally found a part of this game that I can actually be decent at.
Puzzle solving?
Yeah.
I said you would appreciate the playing the actual Monkey Island games then.
There's a church in here. How did I miss that the first time? Does it feel wrong that the pirates have a church?
Nope, it's nope. But this actually plays a huge part in the Monkey Island games too. So it's like a major set piece. Now, is it wrong that the? Is it wrong that
I'm totally stealing from the church.
Yeah.
I'm not religious. I don't care. Now I picked up that key, but I don't know how to use it.
Try this lock over here.
rusty lock. Something could fit it.
No,
I don't know what happened to the key. How do I access it again?
RB quest items.
I'm not seeing that.
Oh,
left.
Oh, is
left
that
key,
LB?
not
Yeah.
RB.
Oh, gunpowder. Oh, I think this one is to blow up the lock. That key might be needed elsewhere. Yeah, because I found the claw hammer
I
in
still
there.
can't see it here.
Hey, get your own
The hell?
snacks, you thieving pirate wannabe.
What
Those
happened
will
to the
burn
key?
a hole in your tongue.
The key drops.
Well, shit. It's back where you guys were fishing then.
Oh.
Hey,
No, I'm
get
heading
your own
back there already.
snacks, you thieving pirate wannabe. Those will burn a hole
That
in
means
your
the
tongue.
hammer got dropped somewhere along the way too. Oh, great. I was holding the hammer and now I don't know where where it fell.
Well, if it leaves you feeling any better, the key doesn't seem to be here anymore.
Unless Striker has the key.
Quickly drifting into nope start over territory.
Alright, so where was
Bastards.
I? Now the question is, where was I when the hammer fell?
Damn it.
Alright, what do we need there?
It was right here when I dropped the key, but... Well, shit.
We are totally confused.
You leave that skull alone. He's got a job to do.
Yeah, but talking to him is advisable. It is kind of funny how they work that in. So if the key drops, wow, that's kind of a weird thing. Unless the
Yeah,
items...
it's no fun.
Unless the items like appear
When needed.
Yes, that's what.
I was wondering that myself.
Oh, how many lost? Retrieve from jail. Okay, so it will return to where.
Where'd the bloody key I had go?
All right, so I guess saying it will respawn after a certain point. Since I dropped the hammer before we had the key, so I'm guessing.
I dropped the key before I got the money from all the grog stuff. I'm also on top of this mountain now.
You're on top of the world, you dice man.
I shall jump and see how it goes.
This mechanism is jammed.
Your face is jammed, game.
Alright, I found a skeleton arm. Alright, so question is there a skeleton that is...
In need of an arm?
Yeah.
Murray?
Mary or our
Oh,
pirates?
give it to the dog.
Oh, yeah, that's the right idea.
I'm just gonna keep climbing this mountain.
Talk to Spiffy. Who's a good boy then? Oh, the dog says his own name. Isn't he a little short to be a pirate? But there's a Star Wars reference.
Probation.
I would advise that you go back and talk to the dog.
Okay.
Hey, just to run through it, just to go through its dialogue tree because it is rather adorable.
Well, the game just kicked me back to the beginning of where I was. Apparently, I can't go that way yet.
Monkey.
Oh, seriously? I gained damage from that jump? I jumped like 3 feet.
Alright, and the dog doesn't want the bone, the skeleton bone.
Well, it was worth a thought.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking Striker is the chef here. It's like, like, oh wow, the chef might not be pleased. Ooh, let's update it. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Where's the skeleton head? Maybe.
That was the only other thought I had on it.
And they don't want. No way to give them anything. They are.
Well, there's skeleton arms in the jail cell.
Heading that back way now. Or if I see a skeleton along the way.
Chef is unpleasant.
Sorry, but these items here, they're display models. Hey, it's not my fault these legends. Oh, then you need an. But I can tell just by. Tell you what, if you can bring me my missing cargo.
Oh, maybe the weird poodles?
I didn't even see where the real poodles were.
They were down an alleyway.
Ahoy there, fancy pants.
Yeah, there we go. Striker's got the idea.
Well, Striker has some meat.
No, all the dogs are eating it. Not really sure what we're supposed to do.
Hey! I told you not to start trouble! Get back in your cage!
I think this dude is about to be eaten.
Huh?
Hey, McCowboy.
Get back, you filthy flea bags! Stay away from me! Somebody save me before I go!
Oh, that was cute. Alright, gumdrop dummies. Did I just hear another dog whimper? He has several missing bones.
Do you have bones you might be able to give him?
I am holding. Oh, there's one. Yep. It looks like he's missing an arm.
Head, too.
Arm and a head.
I betcha we need like Murray's head here.
I'll be first. Alright.
thought you had 2 arms.
I can only well, I can only have carried just the one.
Huh? Well, now where the hell are we?
All right. Now, is this supposed to be a certain time? The cowboy, hopefully having a good day today. I'm not sure, Iceman, but I think those root beer things you have go into the pot in the kitchen.
There's a pot in the kitchen?
Where the, like in the back, if
Yeah.
you...
Well, I'll head back that way if I can figure out which way I need to go. Yeah, okay. Got disoriented going up that... wherever the hell we just were.
Yeah, you're just painting your football helmet.
The foosball!
A gunpowder fuse is lost. Retrieve from general store.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with this thing.
Where is the general store at?
The old man.
Okay.
Ahoy there, fancy pants. Keep your
Well,
hands off the
it's not letting me
display
put
cases.
anything
I
in this
just
pot.
passed 'em.
So,
Well, all my wares are... You don't suppose... And before you ask, no, nice try. But I...
Okay, so the old man... like, retrieve from general store is like... there's the armory. He said retrieve from general store is like, wait. Why didn't he... Confused now. Oh.
yeah.
Alright, 'cause I think these gunpowder fuses are needed to blow up the cell. I'm not... Nope, I'm wrong.
Alright. I got one.
Got one what?
Not sure what they do. Let's test a theory. Nope.
Place gunpowder fuse. Lantern required.
Oh, for flub's sake.
Fire in the hole!
Howdy, howdy, ho.
And there's an arm there.
Yeah, I don't have a fuse for this guy.
I do. Ah. He's about to be blown up. Nice, the word of their teamwork.
I don't believe it. Freedom after all these years. Ah, the smell of the sea, the touch of the moonlight. We are free, Captain Coco. Mwah! Hooray! Now we can do all the things we ever dreamed of. Travel the world, see the pyramids. Open a furniture store. Well, I mean, not that. That's pretty silly, but we can start over.
They can start
Life
over.
for ourselves. Like running a furniture store. Hey, enough with the furniture store. I didn't spend all that time locked up just to collect chairs. I want to have an
Yeah,
adventure.
stop talking so I can see if there's anything
And
in
I
there.
want to sell nested mahogany tables at affordable prices. Hey,
Mahogany
stupid.
tables.
You're stupid. You know what? Fine. Stay here and have your stupid furniture store. I hope it makes you happy.
I guess we need the coconut.
I thought we were friends.
Aww.
Yay. Can't even go in the room. Captain Coconut discovered. Lovely.
I'm guessing the coconut goes on top of the pirate's head, or... Oh,
No idea.
or it's needed for to be thrown into the pot.
That would be my initial guess, but
I don't know why I was thinking, yeah, this was the coconut, the animated coconut on top of a dude, on top of the skeleton's head.
but it bet as any. But that is actually what it.
Oh,
what
Murray,
it did. They replaced him.
Murray's been recruited.
I'm in.
Nice.
I've got a score to settle.
And that's what the
But
body's
first I'll
for.
need some
Hooray.
kind of body.
Oh.
But not just any body. A magnificent body.
Did you get that other
worthy
arm?
of bearing my
Striker got it, and he's carrying the skull here.
reign of terror and destruction.
Yeah, I'm following Striker because Murray's leading us some awesome commentary.
Oh, I can't see or hear him.
Seeing all these ghostly guards gives me an evil idea. If you can get me a new body, I could
Yeah, we already
pretend
did that,
to be
bro.
one of them and sneak you into Threepwood's place. What do you say? There's got to be a convenient corpse lying somewhere around here.
Yes.
Nope, can't get her started. Seems to be missing a few necessary parts. Let's
Like
see
what?
here. I can't rain terror upon my enemies standing.
Oh,
on
it
one
needs
leg. Find me a femur bone from somewhere.
That's what we
so
gotta
I
get
can
from the
stride
dog.
across
Yeah.
their fallen bodies with pride.
How do we get it from the dog?
Good question.
Can we kill it?
Can't kill a dog.
Yeah, I can.
This isn't.
Underestimate my love of dogs. You shoot
Look,
around here.
This item is not for sale.
What exactly would get the dog's attention?
Stuffed toy modeled after the
You
three-headed
keep shooting
monkey
at
of
things. I don't
Monkey
know why.
Very
Okay, Striker,
popular with
monkey toy for dog. For dog. So it's
Okay.
not- oh, okay. Oh, it's a squeaky toy.
This is not for sale.
Sorry, but these items... Hey, it's not my fault. Oh, then you need an exclusive Legend of Monkey Island meet and greet ticket. One of which I just so happen to have.
These
Only
two
one in
things
existence.
reserved.
But I can tell just by looking at you
We
that you
have
can't
enough
afford.
money.
Tell you what.
Oh no, we need to get
I
his.
think.
We need to get his stuff. They mentioned that ships are sunk, so his stuff is going to be underwater. So we need to find his sunk vessel, which I believe is over here. Yep.
Stuck.
I look for a crater. Yeah. That is. Okay, so there's a winch down here. Okay. All right, there's a large crate with a metal piece on it to be lifted up, so it needs.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I'm drowning again. Lovely.
Nice.
There's a ladder. There it is.
Okay. Dropping down a little bit more to the right, Striker. You got it.
Pull. Pull, ye scurvy sea dog. Yar.
Oh yeah, this really is a two-person job here in terms of.
I found this earlier, but I didn't know what it was for.
It is for puzzle solutions.
I feel like this place's way of locking its door is not particularly clever. It's a wood plank on the outside.
Oh, all right, so we need a claw hammer, and that's back at the... Alright. Gotta admit it. The level of immersion for this game actually went above and beyond what I was expecting. This striker beat me to it. But the level of full details. I mean, having seen this environment like normally in a 2D variant.
Yeah.
It's quite charming. It's like I'm looking forward to see what the truck looks like. Read delivery note. I was gonna read a note. Alright, thank you, Striker. Because you never know, it's like maybe it's a commendation or something.
Alright. I'm back. What happened?
Whoops.
Oh, good.
Yo.
I'm stuck.
I'm the leg mat.
Sup?
Hi.
I don't know what's happening.
What are y'all up to?
We are just playing Sea of Thieves. How did you get into our chat?
I'm Striker's friend.
Oh.
You can hear somebody?
Yeah. You don't hear someone in the Iceman?
No.
If Iceman can't hear me, then he has family settings enabled. Only him. If he asks somebody, he can only hear, or it's an audio bug.
And that's probably the case. So, we were joined by one of Striker's friends, Iceman.
Oh. Fair enough.
So it's like there might be.
No, I can't hear you.
I can't hear Iceman either. So.
So he said that you might have family settings turned on. So I wasn't, or family friend settings or something to that effect. So.
Oh, we don't have all night for me to figure that out. So
Yeah.
let's just keep playing.
Yeah, but Matt, hello, I'm Fred, and the other person is Iceman. Obviously, you know Striker.
How's it going?
So typically, like most Wednesdays, we get together to do CSE stuff. And Striker's been a huge help in helping us make progress on a lot of different things.
Looks like I'm back in business.
Are you guys running a brig right now, I'm assuming?
We'll get you an audience with the legend
Yep.
of Monkey Island.
And just doing the safer seas version of things.
Oh. Gotcha.
Still your monkey? Do we need the monkey?
Heard about that new clan stuff they did. I don't know
Never
much
mind, we
about
bought
it.
it already.
Yep. I purchased the monkey.
Well, I didn't want to spend it just in case. I haven't seen any money in a bit.
I think we might have more than enough. Sorry, Matt, we're just like so used to doing things, but
right here.
Yep. All right.
Nice.
Jiffy here.
Look behind you! The three-headed monkey! Don't be ridiculous.
You must think we were born
It's funny because we have a bone now.
Yes. So yeah, that was kind of weird. It's like the random person jumps into the chat like that. It's like first time I've actually seen that, heard that happen.
We had a guy named Headshot who kept joining in on Thumbs and I, even though we hadn't invited him to do anything.
All right, Murray. For the first time in this history of Monkey Island, Murray has a body.
At last, my new reign of demonic terror can. Easy now. It's been a while since I had limbs to worry about. All right, here we go. I'm getting the hang of this. Let's get you into that mansion.
Yep, you're not conspicuous.
Now, marvel at my mastery of impersonation.
Yep, he's impersonating something, all right.
Well, he's pretty much as drunk as anything else on this island.
Sad thing is, he's sober.
Is he?
Oh, well, unless we're going to assume that the, what do we call it? The,
Stuck behind Murray. Jesus Christ.
Yar, one of the governor's guards I be. I be adoring the legend of Monkey Island so much and, oh, forget it.
oh, forget it. It's like he's giving up the impersonation already?
Murray, we don't have all night.
His name is Bill.
Hey, folks! Those gummies rotting your brain? Your shift doesn't start until midnight.
Of course I knew that. I just thought you might be, wanting to take an early break.
Not a chance. You know what the boss does to people who slack off. Come
I
back
see
after
it.
midnight.
Okay, so...
We gotta change the clock to midnight.
Yep, and the clock tower was... All right. Yeah. Big hand is the minute hand. Wait. Wait a second. I just realized that it's reversed.
Okay.
And this might take a while then because my sudden realization. As it's because 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the
4.
Yep.
3:30. I'm standing outside in front of it. And at 3.
Yeah, guessing from your perspective outside, it looks normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like looking at it the wrong way. How slowly does time go by? Very. I mean, that should be... Yes. Very better not have gone back to where he was.
I'll kill you.
And he did, didn't
Son
he?
of a French prostitute.
He... where did
the Highsdale Reese's Murray? You go back to the bar?
Oh no, he's over here.
Good eye. God, you're dumb looking.
And where do you think you're going?
I have a meet and greet ticket right here.
Let me see that. Seems genuine. Funny, I thought we'd gotten rid. Well, only one thing for it. There. I booked you in for the next available session. Come back and speak to my colleague after the clock strikes midnight.
It is after midnight.
Well, the thing is, it's shift change. Yeah, that's right, shift change.
Son of
I can't let you through.
Hurry up,
because
Murray.
then my colleague, who is unfortunate,
Stupid limboing weirdo.
about does it for my shift.
Alright, so it all worked out.
Keep everyone out of the mansion at all costs. No exceptions.
Yeah. Do I tell you how to do your job?
You okay, Walt? You sound weird.
Oh, it's allergies. You know, from the poodles.
Oh, right. Stupid mutts almost took a bite out of me last week.
Our
You're a strange
diabolical
skeleton.
scheme is working perfectly. Get up to the mansion and find Threepwood. I'll keep watch.
Nice.
What are you waiting for? Go find Threepwood.
Does Murray not like Threepwood?
No, he doesn't. He's kind of view him as a nemesis. It's in many ways a running gag.
I feel like we should look around before entering.
Meeting at midnight.
Yay.
It's like taking a look around the mansion first, look for anything suspicious.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nada, zilch, nada. The square root of Jack Sparrow.
Saw a funny Star Wars, or no, Lord of the Rings meme. It was when you're trying to get 60% on your test, but only manage 35, and it goes to King Theoden, and he says, less than half of what I'd hoped for. It's funny because the math makes no sense. That's why you failed your math test.
Oh, well, Guybrush is here.
It's my grandfather's map, isn't
What the
it?
hell is
We want to
Guybrush?
find the treasure.
It's a weird name.
Don't you see? You're the only treasure I need, Thunder Bunny. I'm here to rescue you. My hero.
Found pieces of 8.
Pirate who ever lived. Not so fast, you mutinous mud skipper. That's my bride to be. I don't think so. The only thing you've got a date with is my sword. Ha!
Knocking on the door.
Please tell me he has pants on.
Boldly knock on the door.
Today, thank you. Important gubernatorial business going on. I told you no more autographs. Leave me alone.
At what point do we just kick the door open?
Would you be quiet? My wife is sleeping.
He's playing with his dolls again, much like gather your crew before
we need
entering.
Striker. What's Striker looking for?
Look, Lutikins, we have company. They must want to hear all about your courageous deeds.
Oh, he has a.
But honey,
Yeah, he has
I'm
Monkey
busy with my
Island
memoirs.
action
Can't
figures.
be
Sweet.
disturbed or I'll miss my deadline. Now, we mustn't be rude. And look, they have a meet and greet ticket. Oh, all right. Welcome to the official Legend of Monkey Island meet and greet event. Your once-in-a-lifetime chance to hear all the seafaring adventures of the mighty pirate Guybrush Threepwood. Straight from the legend himself. No food or drink permitted during the event. Please keep your hands and feet inside the mansion at all times. The Trial and authorities are not responsible for any loss of property, injury, or death incurred during the presentation.
Oh, we're getting the full disclaimer.
The legend begins right here on Mêlée Island, on the day of my arrival. The pirate leaders immediately recognized my natural talents. And so did Governor Marley, who was instantly swept off her feet.
I wouldn't quite
There
say
was
it, put it
one
like
pirate
that.
who refused to acknowledge my obvious greatness. The ghost pirate LeChuck, who was also smitten with Elaine and spirited her away to the mysterious Monkey Island. Gathering a loyal crew and the finest ship available, I sailed in search of
And not
LeChuck's
exactly
land.
accurate, but
Having single-handedly concocted a powerful root beer to destroy ghost pirates, I cornered LeChuck and gave him the biggest spritzing of his afterlife. I kept the bottle. It's one of my most treasured possessions. Unfortunately, it's true what they say. You can't keep an undead, obsessive, vindictive, demonic sea scourge down. I had to tangle
Or
with
me
LeChuck
either.
again before finally ridding the world of his evil once and for all. I returned to Monkey Island triumphant, married my beloved Elaine, and we set sail on our honeymoon. Then, why can't I remember? And what was with that weird fog anyway? Did I? Once everyone learned of my heroic deeds, they insisted I become governor of Mêlée Island. And that concludes your premium meet and greet session. Cheers!
Yeah, it's a good tour, you know. Not quite accurate, but
Thanks
close
for
enough.
stopping by. Oh, be sure to check out our exclusive merchandise. We have gifts for the whole family. Oh, and please leave quietly. My wife is very, very sleepy.
Okay, I guess we're gonna pick him up now.
Can we kill him now? I'm just gonna open this door.
You can see.
Need a key to unlock whatever that is, and I had a key earlier, and damn if I know what became of it.
Mighty pirate chest. Oh, the monkey's in the bed. Lane's letter.
Oh, there's a key.
Got the key. Root beer discovered.
You barnacle brain buffoons.
Uh-oh.
And prepare to make land. There's treachery afoot.
What the hell?
If memory serves me right, we.
This is very weird.
Yeah, the bottles are going to be necessary.
Well, what
that
have
way.
we here? An unwanted intrusion into my masterful delusion. Threepwood always was pathetically easy to manipulate. Once I'd convinced him he was a mighty pirate hero, his raging ego made all this possible.
All right, so this is his plot, his evil plot.
He's the legend of Monkey Island. He'll never want to
Becker
leave
had a
this
wholesome
place.
moment,
And it's
suggesting a
all
monkey
thanks
toy for their dog.
to this. Pirates on your precious sea of thieves practically tripped over themselves to deliver me this
I
sword.
tried to stab it.
Couldn't wait to help their beloved pirate lord. It's not about the gold. It's about the glory.
All right.
Oh, the Sea of Thieves is such a special place. Where sickeningly sweet stories can last for all eternity.
Hey, can you get to a point where we can fight you, bro?
Or spray you with root beer.
Will be mine to rule as I see fit.
Well, at least you know we get to see the villain up
So
front
you
this
see,
time.
I really can't let you stand in my way. Fortunately, my skeletal shipmates have gotten mighty restless, keeping watch on Threepwood. I'm sure they'll take good care of you while I set sail for Monkey Island.
Maniacal laughs.
Where are your bras, bruh?
Oh, they're coming.
This is silly. What does root beer have to do with anything exactly?
It's how the Chuck was beaten in the first game.
Weird.
Look at this way. We are pirate Ghostbusters, but instead of with nuclear accelerators, we use root beer.
But I've never seen that movie. I'm
Gonna have
beginning to run out of root beer. Ow, don't stab me. Asshole.
And I was like running out of root beer, or just like forgot to shake it back up again.
Oh, I'm shaking it up. It looks like the content is lowering.
Oh, yeah, this door opened.
Oh.
Oh, the voodoo. Oh, this is where the voodoo lady is. Or at least
the voodoo lady.
Gather your crew before entering. Place root beer bottle.
It's not giving me the option to do that.
Thanks to you, LeChuck has withdrawn, and root beer has rid this place of his.
Yes, root beer is the way to defeat all
The power
evil.
of Mojo can
How do I
return
refill my
at
root beer?
last. We have much to discuss, but I
Red?
sense you may
I'm
have
not sure. I had to
business
shake it
here
back up, but it
on
looks
Mêlée
full to me.
When you are ready to
You
depart,
said place root beer.
return to me here. I shall be waiting.
Examine there's a book over here. We might have unfinished business here.
Well, we never made the stew.
Oh yeah. History book. So heading back to the scum bar.
We probably needed the root beer for this part. That's an idea.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the one thing was that carnation or something of that sort.
Right?
She's talking to herself.
The chef was funny. Like, what happened to the meat for the stew? It's like LeChuck stole it. I always knew he was evil, but oh my god.
Hi there, fancy pants.
All right. Those things are not there. Oh, achievement.
What we do?
You completed the journey to Mêlée Island commendation.
Cool. I guess that was all we needed to do was talk to everybody. Fair enough.
All right.
Ooh, I'm on a boat. I'm on a motherfucking boat.
Oh, Legend of Monkey Island figures received. Okay.
Yeet.
All right, so we've done did stuff.
We done did the thing. Never it out.
It's like, how? Like, we won't question it, but
Because we're awesome.
yeah.
That's how. Yeah.
Well, hey, you got to meet Guybrush. You got to meet LeChuck. You got to spray things down. Oh, it goes with root beer.
Is Guybrush supposed to be that weird?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with him?
He. How can I put it mildly? He wants to be. His entire intention was to be like the greatest pirate ever.
Jack Sparrow, got it.
And he has a bit of an ego as a result.
Jack Sparrow, got it.
Yeah, so basically Jack Sparrow before Jack Sparrow.
Fun. These are old games, aren't they?
Yeah. Like the first one came out like 90, 91-ish. Like So wait.
What are we doing here? It's a loading screen? Looks like it.
Yeah, are we moving?
Good toss, Striker.
What did he throw?
You did some sort of coin thing.
Oh, then.
Yeah, watch him.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Finally.
Progress has
A
been
wonderful cutaway of us enjoying the exploits of strikers. Amazing coin tricks.
I would say that was a lot of fun, or at least in terms of like a great introduction to anybody who's not familiar with the Monkey Island stuff as a way of introducing
Yeah, I
a
enjoyed
lot
it.
of it.
It
Because
got to a bit of a slow start, but once we got going, it was fun.
yeah, a lot of the charm is that it comes down to talking to the NPCs and stuff. Whoa.
What? We are flying toward this island. What is going on?
It's basically launched us all the way out.
Yeah, no kidding. Where's the,
Yeah, I'm winning a bet.
place we came from?
Yeah, it's behind us, so I managed to grab the wheel.
Hi, unpleasant looking place.
At the very least, can head back to the port and see if we need to talk to that person. That should be a dead ahead, right?
Possibly? Question mark? Dead ahead in the sense that we're running right into some rocks? Yes. Need to go left.
Bearing hard left.
And you should be good. There's an island to your right a bit. We were just very close to the rocks you're just passing now. Hence our need to turn. And yeah, you've gone too far again. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. I'm seeing.
Okay.
I'm seeing it right in
No,
front
I
of
just
me.
didn't know if the sails were obstructing your view, and I changed them for you. To be courteous.
Oh, but I see. I appreciate the extra directions. Normally, when
Sorry.
I'm given directions, it's more as like, yeah, it's like this way, that way, from the broad perspective of the map table, which is always not helpful.
Well, you take a more nautical approach than I do. I'm just like left, right, left, right.
All right, when drop the anchor.
No, we died. Bye, ship. Hey, it's flooding fast. Remember what button to stop it from flooding.
The good news is you can, from where it got parked, if you jump in the right spot, you can jump to the dock, as opposed to when we started.
Well, I just decided to fix it, just in case.
All right.
What the hell? Did it hit
Looking
it
to
up
see the
something
world?
again?
Yeah?
The ship is like floating away.
Soon I'll get back on the waves.
That's random.
But the anchor was dropped, unless it's repositioning itself to.
Yeah, it's nowhere near anything now.
As long as it's not.
But it sounded like it crashed.
Oh, Iceman.
What?
You got Jaws behind you.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, it crashed again.
All right.
It repositioned itself, crashing into the island. I hear it flooding. I can't figure out from where.
No. Striker has left the crew. All right, Striker. Oh, I found it.
Can you see a hole?
Yeah. I found it in the back.
I guess there's no interaction that we require to finish up for today.
And nope.
Alright then. Well, I'll leave then too.
Yeah, but we could do it like a recap there of the
Okay.
fantasy squad.
Yeah. I wasn't meaning like leave. I mean leave the game.
Yep. As we made sure that we made good progress there.
Yeah, it was, I guess, a slow start, but it was right up my alley of things that I could reason through.
Yes, it's like proper puzzles.
Woo. Woo.
All right, then I'll switch over to the. Let me switch over to just chatting.
I will attempt to bring it up on my phone for a moment.
Just
tried to do it earlier, and then when you actually did start, I forgot to bring it up.
All right, and we'll bring up the fantasy squad.
It brightened her.
All right, so at least next time we play, we do part 2 of the Legend of Monkey Island adventure, adventure thingies on the CSE stuff, and
yes.
That's what it was, just like talking baseball and other stuff. So just in case folks plop in here wondering what the hell we're doing, or what the hell I'm doing, one way or the other. Fantasy baseball, finding the right thing here. I mean, currently the team is. Oh, next Wednesday is Striker's birthday. Oh, happy early birthday, Striker!
Happy birthday!
So, so almost a guaranteed Striker won't be able to join us. So we'll hold off on the Monkey Island stuff.
That's fine. Hope you have a great birthday.
Yep. So let's come over here, display capture, and you might you might play Striker. All right, but there's no rush if you have other plans and things. All right, so let's go to the league overview first here. It's like currently our team going to call the morning after.
What?
I'm not sure what you mean, Striker.
Me neither.
So going to Cali, California the morning after. I missed the I. I didn't realize that was an I. So Striker is going to California the day after his birthday.
Why is everyone still singing about California?
Well, it's just like California dreaming. It's the way of things.
I'm going more niche with it.
All right, so our Twitch squad is currently
6th place.
Yep, 9-9-2. We went literally 4-5-1 the first week and 5-4-1 last week. So it's so we're perfectly even there. And so far this week, we are 4 and 6 in terms of the categories. We are batting a hot 188, 19 hits and 101 at bats, 13 runs scored, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, 6 stolen bases, 1 win, 1 save, 24 strikeouts, an ERA of 4.35 with a WHIP of 1.31. Moreno being our designated catcher. He was listed as starting earlier today. That's why I had him in there instead of Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah, same.
Not that it would have made a difference.
All right, Carroll. Yeah. Anybody intriguing on the free agent list?
And just running down the our season real quick here.
We'll see our peoples.
Yes. So Moreno, 244, 5 run scores, 6 RBIs. But he's Christian Walker, 269, 14 run score, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. Been fairly nice.
Bryson, pretty much what he does.
Bryson Stott, 3 steals, 6 runs, 6 RBIs, a homer, and a 255 batting average. But he's been heating up a little bit.
Not horrible. No.
Alec Boehm's
not bad.
Boehm, 237, 4 runs, 1 homer, 10 RBI, 1 stolen base.
He's booming.
Boba shit. 219, 7 runs, 1 homer, 6 RBIs, and 2 steals.
He's been very annoying.
Corbin Carroll, 232, 11 runs, a homer, 5 RBIs, and 7 steals. At least he's getting the run scored and the stolen bases are kind of key.
Yep.
Evan Carter, 211, 13 runs, 2 homers, 5 RBIs.
He was hot, but his last 2 games he's gone like over 8.
He hasn't exactly gotten off to a good start this season.
He was in the at 250, but he's struggled the last couple of games.
Thornton Varsho, who had a big game, is like he
did 2 homers today.
Yep. So our current stats is that's I'm guessing before today, not factoring today's numbers yet. 196, 10 runs scored, 2 homers prior to today, 5 RBI, steal. Ryan McMahon, 358. 7 runs, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Brendan Donovan was hot for it. But he's kind of like working his way in there because he's better than some of my other options at the moment.
Yeah.
238, 10 runs scored, 10 RBIs, and 2 homers. Alejandro Kirk, 200, 1 run scored with 8 RBIs. Jordan Walker is kind of like batting 184, 3 runs, 4 RBIs. So it's like, yeesh. I should have started Thario Estrada today, but because he had a decent day today. Had a couple of hits. 224, 7 runs, score 3 homers, 9 RBIs. On the pitching side, and it's been things have been awful. Logan Allen.
Damn it. Last thing I heard you say was Jordan Walker. My controller died.
Yeah. Jordan Walker, 184, 9 for 49 prior to today. Did not play today. 3 run score, 4 RBIs. So it's like, yeah. It's like at least Darton Varsho is like being productive in multiple aspects here. It's like it's why Brendan Donovan has found his way. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have Donovan in there because he's at least playing and being productive.
Exactly.
All right, now the pitching.
Which has not gone well, it seems.
Logan Allen, 2 wins, 17 strikeouts, an ERA of 5.06. Brandon Fad, a win, 17 Ks, and the ERA is 6.48. Josh Hader, 1 save, 11 strikeouts, an ERA of 9.39.
Doing well.
Andres Munoz, thankfully, has a win, 2 saves, an ERA of 2.45. At least somebody has an ERA that's under 5. Jose Alvarado, 2 saves, 8 strikeouts, and ERA of 6.14. But those early games, like where he got lit up, like his ERA at least has gotten dropped.
Yeah, it's always tough for a reliever.
Griffin Jacks has a win, a save, 8 strikeouts, and a 1.35 ERA. Abner Uribe as a win.
It's been iffy.
Baseball. All McCowboy knows is that the umps are crap. I wouldn't say that. It's like the human factor of the umpires is what makes baseball enjoyable.
Yeah, who else would we scream at?
Yeah,
distracts from when the players are playing poorly.
Yeah, because what are they going to do when folks? I will always say that the worst thing ever added to baseball was the on-screen strike zone box, because that is not official. Because it's just what for the broadcasters and such. It is not official, because things that they call that was as a strike would not be considered strikes. Prior to that invention of it. Long story short, Fox ruined baseball. Abner Uribe, a 5.87 ERA, 7 strikeouts, 3 saves. Tarek Skubal, an ERA of 2.08 with 2 wins. Zach Wheeler, no wins as of yet, but 30 strikeouts and a solid 3 ERA. And Bailey Abner, no wins yet.
Ober was much better last time out.
Yeah, he was. 11 strikeouts in ERA 6.57. So, yeah, pitching has. Angel Hernandez is the only name you know. It's just like
That's sad.
If it wasn't for his what was it? The Steve McMichael incident, no one would actually care. But because he ejected McMichael, it was like what was it called? McMichael was doing singing, and I use that term loosely, and this is the Hall of Fame football player and former pro wrestler was Steve McMichael, was doing taking me out to the ball game, and decided at that time to rip into Angel Hernandez, and he promptly ejected McMichael from the game, or at least from the premises.
Can eject someone from singing?
Actually, you can. That's actually
funny.
If someone is who is causing a disturbance,
he was shacked in the fool.
Yeah. Blame John Boy Media. But the McMichael incident predates anything John Boy's done prior to that. Beforehand by a good maybe 10 years, even more so. But all right, so let's see. Anybody that's interesting on the free agent market? So looking at all batters first, and
roster percentage.
Just looking at statistics percentage, Jesse Winker out of Washington is looking like a nice pickup at the moment. 370.
I would not put any money on that continuing.
Still, at the moment, is compared to, and Brandon Marsh is also doing fairly well too. So I'm tempted to grab another Phillies bat, but that's probably putting. Anyway, Rhys Hoskins at 77%, but I have no real room on the roster since he only plays first base. 236.
What just happened?
What happened?
My controller just vibrated. I'm like, why?
Not sure why.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's I'm here.
That's weird.
Yeah, so Rhys Hoskins is at the top 77% of people who have him rostered. But there's no real room on the roster. Starling Marte is batting 271 with 11 runs, 2 homers, and 4 RBIs. So tempting there. Carlos Correa is batting 306. No steals, 4 RBIs.
There's not a ton of value there.
S3 Ruiz is batting a hot 4 for 9.
He got demoted surprisingly at the start of the year by Oakland after leading the league in steals.
And probably needed to control his contract or something or other.
He just doesn't provide much pop.
Yeah, so
no, nothing on there seems particularly interesting.
Yeah, like Brandon Marsh, at least since he's playing regularly, is like in the outfield. It's like that's at least an upgrade over Jordan Walker for sure. But by
What do we got for pitching then? Seeing as we've done so well at pitching.
there go all pitchers. So well, nice to see like the first three options are all injured.
That's a thing.
Yushi Kikuchi.
Kikuchi's been solid.
And
El Bradish has apparently looked good in his first rehab start today from his elbow injury.
And then you have Seth Lugo. 3 wins, 13 Ks, and an ERA of 1.05.
He doesn't provide a lot of Ks.
And anybody on the closer side?
Alex Lang is sort of a closer, but
yeah. So you know what?
Garrett Whitlock was my guy, but they just put him on injured, I think, today.
And David Robinson's, pitching well out of Texas. There was no saves. I guess they're not putting him in a save situation.
Now Leclerc's been getting most of those chances.
So it's a pretty thin bunch there, but you know what? Since Yushi Kikuchi and
after a bad first start, he's looked fine.
Now we'll add Kikuchi and we will drop. The question is, there goes like.
I would say Logan Allen, but.
Let's see. Projected stats. Stats for the season. There we go. So Brandon Fath is also has been awful. So,
yep.
And Bailey.
Bailey Wilbur was at least good in his last start. And he had a good year last year, so I'm willing to gamble a bit there. Oh, I got a bunch of ads.
Yeah, well, that's where we'll make the switch there. It's like Fast is being dropped. Kikuchi is being added. That's how we will work that out there, and I'll put down like a solid $5 bid on him just in case.
No, you should. Well, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a move, so that's like a. And so looking back at it, stats 2024 season, not the advanced stats, damn it.
Commercials are weird.
Let's see. Birthdays in baseball. Striker is gearing up for Cali Adventures right after their birthday bash. Might even squeeze in some game time beforehand, on the day before. Meanwhile, the Cowboys calling foul on the umps. Angel Hernandez, you're on notice. Like best butt in the business. So the question is here: do I bother keeping Jordan Walker on the roster?
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty early, and he is a top prospect who disappointed last year with 20 homers and a 280 batting average. If that's disappointing, then God bless.
Yeah, considering, I guess that would be the prudent course is to keep him.
For now, would be my saying.
Yeah, it's like start him, but at the moment, it's like Darton Varsho for me is like.
Yeah.
Is the better guy to have out there.
Yeah, but you got him for days off and such.
Yeah.
Plus, like I say, there's just a really good chance that he figures it out at some point and gets hot because they described him as being disappointing, and he had like 10 steals, 20 homers, and a 280 average as a rookie. Yeah, I'm like, how the hell is that disappointing?
Yeah, I mean, this is how it's disappointing because if he's able to duplicate that means they're going to have to pay him a fair amount when arbitration kind of comes up.
Well, the talk was all about how they thought he was going to do 300 with 30 homers and a dozen or so steals, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's a rookie. There's a bit of a difference between minor league pitching and pro pitching.
Did they call him up straight from Double A or from Triple A?
I don't recall. But either way, there is a difference.
Yep. Yep, so that's the one big move there, but Jordan Walker is on notice here. And speaking of notice, the illogic of the Major League Baseball Players Union saying it's like trying to blame the pitch clock for all the injuries that are compiling up, which let's all keep in mind that the injuries to pitchers was piling up quite sustained by a large amount prior to the pitch clock even being a thing. I kind of feel it's karma. It's like oh, you're gonna throw harder. You're gonna focus on spin rates and stuff like that. Oh, you don't want to know how to learn how to throw a changeup. You don't want to know how to pitch to actually pitch and so forth. Okay. And
I've seen Chris Bassett, the Jays starter. He was talking about it before his start earlier in the week, and he was like, "That's BS. All this pitch clock stuff." You know who led the league in violations last year? Him. He does not give a shit. And then he was like, our pitch, Jose Barrios has been great for us. The rest of us have fucking sucked, and it's our own fault that we haven't been better, and we need to step it up. And this nonsense about elbow injuries from this is also bullshit. He was like swearing up a storm in his interview. It was great.
Well, it goes to show at least somebody is actually getting it and so forth. It's like, yeah, no, it's because number one, by the mandate of the rules prior to the pitch clock being mandatory, it was established that you're not supposed to. It's like you're supposed to be pitching within like 20 seconds of receiving the ball and everything. Anyway, they're just enforcing that rule.
My God,
it's like, oh my goodness. So it's like, but I know there's somebody made the argument. I forgot who, as it relates to, is like, well, this goes back to like a thing to like how teams are managing their minor leagues or the rosters. Like you had two guys on a roster. One guy had like great control, great command, and ERA under 3. And then there was the other guy who had an ERA over 5, but was throwing like in the high 90s. They kept the guy who was throwing in the high 90s with the worst ERA. So it's like, so there is something to be said about what teams were valuing over for a period of time. But
velo.
Yeah, but there is that logic of Randy Johnson was able to touch like the high 90s to low 100s, but he wasn't doing that on every pitch. And look how long his career lasted. Was not that many arm injuries.
Especially Halladay came up throwing 97, 98, and then switched it to throwing 93 and would touch 95, 96 when he needed it, but went for control.
Yes. Like if you can actually pitch, you can pitch to contact. It's like those guys who are fly ball pitchers. All right, like they know how to pitch and like to ensure like they don't give up many home runs, but they get a lot of flyouts. Same thing as like
actually seeing a good example of that right now.
You say, wish we could see a good example of that right now, or?
Good. We are seeing a good example of that right now.
Oh, yeah.
And Jordan Hicks, who has been a closer for the majority of his career, throwing 105. Well, he's been throwing 95 as they transition him to starter, and through 23 innings, he has a 1.57 ERA.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, and then there's the law of averages. There's only going to be so many proverbial bullets that somebody's going to have in their arm.
That's for you.
Yep, there's a dab redemption by the Rip Death Star. So dab there, dab there. And hello, Death Star. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day.
Hmm.
But think about it as like how frequently arm injuries were a thing prior to a certain point, and then all of a sudden, like people says, "Oh, train for velocity, start them early." You got kids getting Tommy John surgeries like when they're like 10, 11, 12 years old. You're welcome, Death Star. So now, like, we can't blame the pitch clock or anything like that. It's like the parents, the coaches, like the
Parents, they just don't understand.
exactly, and the illogic of valuing velocity over actual command and control and natural talent.
Yes, command and conquer.
Yes, like heck, Fernando Valenzuela, and the only thing that this comes to mind here, like he didn't have great velocity, and but at the same time he had a pitching skill set that was quite unique, and he had a nice long career.
Not my favorite pitcher, Mark Burley.
Yep.
Never really threw over 90.
Or here's a recent example since his number was just retired by the Mets, Dwight Gooden. He came up, he was a fireballer early in his career. But as he got older due to injuries and other unique circumstances that could be compared to Darryl Strawberry and many other members of the 1986 New York Mets, like he had to reinvent himself to be a much different pitcher later in his career. So it's
Well, I look at R.A. Dickey, who was throwing between 95 and 97 in his last college year. Gets drafted in the first round. They do his medicals and discover that the UCL, he was born without it. Like there's nothing in his elbow. So eventually he was throwing knuckleballs to try and stay in the league.
And he did stay in the league and
yeah,
got to be a Cy Young winner and be a very.
It was all right.
Yeah, it's like, and he had a career that spanned from what 1996 to 2017.
Yeah, something like that. So
Yes.
what's wrong with that?
Like it's like an
I found a way.
All-star, Cy Young winner, Gold Glove winner, strikeout leader. Granted, all of that came within the same year, but doesn't matter
Semantics.
Doesn't matter how you get it. Or Tim or the late Tim Wakefield. There's a better
Yes, I loved Tim.
dude who was he drafted as something other than he was drafted as a first baseman, then converted to uh being a pitcher. But what was his career? 19. I know he was up with the Mets. Not the Mets, the Pirates in '93. But was he on the Mets and the Pirates in '92?
He had a great career.
That's what I was just like. What was his debut?
Like you can have a great career and not win a Cy Young, people.
Yeah. Or in the case of Wakefield, it was like he had an All-Star. He won. He was on 2 World Series championship winning teams for the like, and it's like basically a near. It's like a near 20-year career. 93 to 2003. Yeah, it's then retires in 2011. Yeah, nearly a solid 20 years in the bigs.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jamie Moyer, who came up with the Cubs, is like did all right, got lit, but was getting lit up.
I loved that.
He was out of took a year away from baseball, came back with Baltimore, found himself, became a legend in Seattle, a champion in Philadelphia.
Andrew Miller, top prospect with the Marlins.
Yeah, it's all a matter of like
becomes one of the game's best closers.
Yeah, it's like sometimes, and
you got to get a change.
Yeah, and not to mention if everybody hitters if all the hitters are seeing is high heat all the time, like I get it, it's like you throw fastball, 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 and then it's like okay, what do pitchers have to complement that? Do they have a changeup? Do they have a curveball?
Do
Do
they
they?
need one?
Yeah, like you can't just throw high heat all the time. Like unless they're gonna go into the routine of like of this washing guys out like after a season or two on the team and
Hmm.
over.
Well, after we got Jordan Walker or Jordan Hicks last year, and he kept trying to throw breaking balls, and he couldn't throw one for a strike, and we were like, "Oh my God, what a terrible trade this is!" And then he started throwing mostly fastballs at like 105, and it was like, "Oh, this is working much better."
Yeah, so it's
Pick what works for you.
and develop around it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to be one of those. This is that's just me. I always like seeing a pitching staff that is like that. What's the word I'm looking for? Complements one another in terms of like
Mm-hmm.
the speciality, at least being able to throw something different out at opposing teams. So it's like you want to have like I know the days of like the left-handed specialists are long gone because of the minimum three batter rule
Mm-hmm.
and proper lineup construction these days. But the okay, you want to have somebody who was like almost like a ground ball specialist. That okay, if you get a couple runners on and you have one out, they can come in and law of averages is going to say that they're going to get induced a double play ball, or at the very least reduce or at least limit the amount of potential damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think late in his career, Dan Plesac kind of fell into that, former Blue Jay Brewer.
Yep. So lots of Dan.
But and besides, it's not like hitters these days are actually learning to hit for average anyway. They're always swinging for the fences and long angles. Like, listen, not everybody can be Kyle Schwarber. Just because
Randall.
Schwarber can get away with batting 180 with nearly 200 strikeouts,
You gotta hit 40 home runs to get away with that. Holy shit.
40 home runs with that go 500 to 600 feet. It was like,
Mm-hmm. Love that guy.
yeah, you got to put on a show. Or what was it? What was that?
Those baseballs owed him money.
It was,
So angry.
or another example of, or it's like, or Adam Dunn. There's another proper example.
Oh, yes. He was, what, 3-time 40 home run guy? Something like that?
I'm looking at way more than that.
5?
3, 4, 5, 6-time home run guy. 40 home run guys.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking back to back.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had a great year.
He had 5 years of 40 home runs. From like
He was
04, 04
very
to 08.
consistent.
Yeah, 04 to what is it? 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007.
I remember there was a guy,
Yeah, okay,
Julio
fine.
Lugo, who played for the Rays for a long time. I think that was his name. And he was always like a 280 hitter. His career high in batting average or in RBI came a year that he hit like 230. I was like, all right, whatever.
Julio Lugo for the he came, yeah, his career high in RBI is like thinking of Tampa Bay. His career high was 75. He batted 275 that year.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Mm.
Remember, he had a pretty high RBI level on a year that his batting average sucked.
Oh no, it's
You just never know.
out of Boston, he had 73 RBIs with a 237
That's what it
batting
was.
average.
Boston. Yeah.
But I was on that 2007 squad that won the World Series, so it's like, hey, he got a ring.
Man was clutch when he needed to be.
Yeah. He got that ring. That's all that matters. He was also on that St. Louis
Adam
squad.
Dunn was always good for 240 and 40 homers.
Now, let's see. Dunn was like, well, what was it? Since I can put it up there. Affleck! Hey, Panda.
Ben Affleck.
I guess in Panda seeing an Affleck ad, with the.
I don't know what the hell my ad was supposed to be.
And it was, I believe it was supposed to entice you to purchase something, but who knows?
Failed.
Yeah, so, but we have at least seen good progress. Out of curiosity, I haven't looked at the early standings so far just to see how badly things have
New
looked.
York Yankees.
Yankees are
13-6.
Well, much like last year, the entire American League East is a war zone.
Mm-hmm.
Every team above 500.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of which three teams from the American League East will make the playoffs.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or potentially four teams. Wait, let me
Yeah,
see.
the only team I don't think will make it is Boston.
Yep. In the American League, although the American League Central, they're actually, with the exception of the White Sox and to a lesser extent the Twins,
Oof.
Kansas City's off to a much better start than they were last year. Detroit's doing okay, and Cleveland is.
Yeah, I like all the little things Kansas was doing. They got all their prospects coming up. A couple of them are really playing well, but they also just grabbed a bunch of boring veterans who have consistent numbers. Well, it's working.
Panda just got back from the county fair. Baby Panda rode the rides and ate the food, watched magic shows, circus show, and shopped all the rodeo goods. Good day out
That's
with
cool.
the family. No, that sounds awesome, Panda.
I'm glad you all enjoyed it.
And the American League West at the moment, I guess it's the American League West is definitely not looking good. Houston's like, wow, 6-14.
Yeah, they're off to a terrible start.
Is that karma coming back around on them then? I mean, they're making
Their pitching staff's a bit beat up.
Oh, it was his first. It was Baby Panda's first fair. Wasn't scared, but little on the Ferris wheel. If those rides that go very very high are not fun.
Took my neighbor's daughter to her granddaughter to a haunted house when she was 3 or 4. I wasn't going to take her in, but she insisted that she was old enough to do so. And I always remember this day because it was like
It was the
boys are
last,
bad, girls are good day.
and she has not forgiven you since.
No, you just think like little kids always have these phases when they're little of guys are the best. No, girls are the best. No guys, no girls. No girls. Girls are the best today. And so all day long it was like, go away. I'm with this person. It's like, all right. I hung back, and as soon as we got to that haunted house, she heard the first woo noise. All day long, she'd been with Sarah. She turned and grabbed my leg and went, I want to leave.
It's like,
I was like, yeah, fair enough.
And Panda was shocked that he went through it. Brave Baby Panda. Well, okay.
Good job.
All right, then looking at the National League, all right, Phillies are in second place at the moment, behind Atlanta by a couple games.
Ranger Suarez, buddy.
Ranger Suarez, nothing phases him. Like
he's just rolling.
Like one could argue that he's the true ace of the Philly staff.
He's pitching like it right now.
Yeah. Washington Mets are, people are saying that earthquake, shook some sense into them.
Something had to at some point.
Washington and Miami are existing. Oof.
Oh.
Miami has the Marlins have played 13 games at home. They're 2-11.
Sensible.
That's
Man, I feel bad for the Marlins. They've got Yuri Perez, the top pitching prospect, injured. They got the Cy Young Award winner Sandy Alcantara done for the season. They got Edward Cabrera, one of their fireballing youngsters, missed most of spring training. Like their pitching staff is in just awful shape.
oof, it certainly shows in their record. In the National League Central, well, St. Louis is they're just under 500 at the moment, but
That's fine. They can stay there.
yeah, Cincinnati is like okay, they're 500. Pittsburgh is off to a decent start. As it's the Cubs and the Brewers. Like
Yes, young Jared Jones with a lot of strikeouts in his first few starts for Pittsburgh.
And Andrew McCutchen hit his 300th home run this season.
Yeah, that was sweet. I love Andrew McCutchen.
Hang around long enough, can compile some stats.
That's what surprised me of recent. He got his 2000th hit, his 300th homer, and I'm like, it's been so long since he was MVP Andrew McCutchen that you forget that he's still been pretty steady.
What we got there? Woo! There's a huge spider behind me. Just saw it. All right, Grimalkin, and Arcturus. Now, when you say spider, are you referring to like one of the Spider-Man Funkos that are behind me, or because those are the only spiders that are behind me
at current?
Yes. Well, welcome both of y'all. Hope you're having a good day today.
Because I can't see anything.
Yeah, I know there's no spiders behind me.
I mean that you could tell what the Funkos are.
Oh no, I just know what's behind me. That's all.
I mean, for them, I can't tell.
Oh, it's like a huge spider moving on the ceiling. Considering the ceiling and where that angle is, that is. So they're crawling into Funko Pops. Sure. Well, I will deal with it potentially later. Wait. But yeah, I know the routine. That's the fun thing of folks popping into the just chatting stuff. They want you to try and trick you. And
fair enough.
Yeah, so I was like, what? There. That's
we all gotta have a hobby.
It's par for the course, as they say. And in the National League West, let's see, the Dodgers are doing what their thing.
And they spent all the money in deferred payments.
And San Diego is they're doing better than they were last year at this time. I guess offloading some players.
It's because they're trying to get under the
salary cap.
And the I'm tired. I can't remember the word for it.
Not salary cap. The luxury tax, or
yes, thank you.
Arizona 9-10, San Francisco and Colorado. Bringing up the distant rear.
Oh, Colorado's bad.
Not as bad as the White Sox.
Well, they're supposed to be bad.
But I make the comparison there as like the Marlins are 2-11 at home. The Rockies are 2-11 on the road. So that's a disturbing figure there. It's like that is like the home in a way
splits
are not good. It's like teams are eliminating themselves good and early.
Oh, they were eliminated before the season started.
How do you get a farm girl to like you? A tractor.
Aha.
Good one, Zeus.
What do you get when you combine an elephant and a rhinoceros?
I don't know. What do you
Hell
get?
if I know.
LFI, no. I get it there. I had like when you said it and how you said it, it's like, yeah, that punchline definitely worked.
It always makes me laugh, even though it's cheesy. I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's a good. I getting Panda dropping that Kappa emote is like, huh.
There's a Kappa emote. I don't know what
That
that means.
I guess like that gray face, almost like sarcastic looking emote that drops.
Alright.
But
Sorry that I'm such a noob.
That's a good one. And also since the hockey season is winding down for fantasies, I'm at the very least, all things being equal, I should at least secure my spot as having the sixth best team in the league based on the current playoff structure. Like where is I'm
Nice.
trying to pull it up here and totals. Yep. So switch back over to here. Oh, you got gifted a sub to Sweet Linder, Sweet Panda, Zeus.
Sweet Linder.
And Zeus says another pun here. My wife is blaming me for ruining her birthday. That's ridiculous. I didn't even know it was her birthday. Like, if you didn't, there you go. If you didn't know it was her birthday, it's like, how can you ruin it? Not like you were
And knowing
expecting
is
it.
half the battle.
So, in what is essentially the final week of the NHL season for fantasy sports, I'm 6-4 with a team that has scored 16 goals, 31 assists, a plus minus of 16, 14 power play goals, 107 shots on goal, 78 hits, only 4 wins, 20 goals allowed, so the goals against average of a 2.66, 175 saves, 195 save attempts for a save percentage of 897. So I'm relying a lot on the offense here.
Because it's a 2-week overlap. One of my teams has like 100 points and they're losing.
Yeah. But Sidney Crosby may have a plus minus of -2, but it's like 2 goals, 7 assists. Like I'll take all that.
That's a good week. He finished the season with 92 points. Not bad for an old man.
I mean, chances are he'll be out there with Pittsburgh again next season.
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Unless he's going to pull a Jaromir Jagr and he's like, you know what? Let me go try and get on a contender.
Nah, I think he'd retire before he does that.
And let's see the chat recap here. Chat's been a wild mix of fairground fun, Baby Panda's bravery on Ferris wheels, and close encounters with ceiling spiders.
Mm-hmm.
We're all eyes for Fred's potential arachnid adventure. I have played Spider-Man games on the stream before. God damn it, Zeus is serving up dad jokes hotter than fresh corn dogs. Panda Sweet is dancing up a storm with that gifted sub energy. It's a day of laugh, love, and lurking critters. So, yes, the lurking critters. It's like, yes. The trolls there. Now, I'm hoping that there's 8 games left in the season. Is that because the season ends on the 18th? So if I can grab one more guy, I can try and make sure I can pad my stats a bit there. But my current goal contingent of Thompson of the Vegas and Harrison of the Flyers, has turned out to be a solid group there. Of course, the Flyers falling short in their playoff. Well, we weren't exactly expecting the Flyers to make the playoffs, but the fact that they were, part of that wild finish, for the final few spots.
Because they were in the playoffs for so long, they're going to take crap. But as far as I'm concerned, the fact that Tortorella had that terrible of roster that close for that long, I thought he did great.
Well, you mean for the Flyers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's make. I was just looking more of like on the broad sense from like the standings and things, and it's like.
No, I'm crediting him. Like he's gonna get crap for them falling out at the very end, but it's reminiscent to me of when Jacques Martin was coaching Montreal and they were like a couple games above 500, but they were a complete rebuild team, just tire fire terrible, and they fired him 2/3 the way through the season, and then they went like I don't know 3-18 the rest of the way under the new coach. And it's like really didn't think he needed to fire that guy. He was actually getting as much out of these shitty players as he possibly could.
It's always that weird thing with hockey is like the panic button gets hit way too early at times.
Mm.
Zeus, I received a flyer on anger management the other day. I lost it.
Mm.
Apparently, Trey Turner was shocked to hit back-to-back homers after Kyle Schwarber in the first inning today.
Schwarber.
Like, why would he be shocked? You know, it's like if Schwarber hits a home run, there's a potential you might hit a home run right after him.
There's a good chance. I mean, there's like an 8% chance you could do that.
And then you have the chance of like brothers hitting home runs in the same inning.
Bo and Josh Naylor on sibling day, no less.
Yeah, it's like other guys who've done that. The Ripken
The
brothers.
Canadians.
The Upton brothers. I think was there another son of brothers that did that?
Crazy thing is, there's another Naylor brother who was also a first-round pick who was just taken, so they could definitely have some more fun with that.
Yeah, imagine putting them all three in a lineup back to back to back. It's like, yo,
I can't remember who drafted the other Naylor brother.
somebody did. You can always see the potential. Heck, what was it? I think was it the Angels or the Cardinals at one point had two of the three Molina brothers on their roster at the same time.
Yeah, they had Benji and Jose.
So it's kind of like, yeah, the potential is there.
And humorously, we had Benji and then Jose. They're both very friendly and likable. Not like Yadier, who was very, very serious.
I would say Yadier would be the most successful of the three.
Benji was pretty good, and he won a World Series.
Yeah. Hey,
But yes, overall, Yadier was more successful.
Prevented Bonds from winning a World Series, so
yeah, perfect.
So it's like I know that scores big points for you.
He's just a jerk. Anyway, we won't get into that again.
Caitlin Clark sets another record for pro jersey sales. It's going to be real interesting to see how the WNBA screws this up. You have this highly talented college player being drafted to play in your league, and there's already people people like, well, she didn't win a championship. She's just like the greatest 3-point shooter in college history.
Well, neither did Reggie Miller. So, my favorite player of all time.
It's like, yeah, shit. It's like, but it's gonna be real interesting to see how the WNBA screws it up. They've had great players, it's like, but they somehow, for whatever reason, were just been unable to capitalize on it. So it's gonna be particularly interesting there.
Well, they've got a pro women's hockey league up here now. They're all going by the city name because they haven't decided on what their names are going to be yet, but they played their first season.
So I guess like what, the Toronto Women's Hockey Club or something to that?
Basically, at this point, while they decide what they want to name it. I was like, so you created all these franchises, 6 or 8 teams, whatever it is, But you couldn't come up with
It was like the team names because
with team names in advance.
sometimes it's like the potential is like, okay, let's see if like we can draw a fan base first before like really investing in like logos and marketing because and copyrights because those can be somewhat a bit expensive.
But they got a good chunk of the big name uh, female hockey players who you see at the Olympics each time.
Yeah, so like if I can imagine a women's hockey league will be almost could potentially be more hard hitting than the men's hockey league.
And they're not really allowed to hit per se.
Not
You
yet.
get little nudges, but you can't do like full on smoking people.
Not yet. It'll happen.
Oh, I'm not against it. Hitting is one of my favorite parts of the game.
So somebody's gonna be coming along and someone's gonna be that big bruising enforcer somewhere and that will change the whole game there. Just flipping through here. Let's see. Rhea Ripley got injured, and there's dudes on TikTok wishing that the storyline calls of said injuries, like that they hope something bad's happened to them. Dude has since had all of his social media accounts deleted. So there's that. Wrestling fans are great. They're a real mature bunch.
That's what I like about you. Your maturity.
Yeah. Oh, I'm immature. So it's like, but just flipping through here, see if there's anything else of note. The men's Olympic basketball roster.
Oh, who cares?
LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Joel Embiid. Okay, what is that? Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Drew
Not even the
Holiday.
big news in basketball today.
What's the big
news?
news?
Jontay Porter is the big news.
Really? Oh, what happened?
He got a lifetime ban for betting on games he was in, including betting on himself by betting the under on how he'd perform each game. Which is hilarious that he was betting that he would do worse than his prediction. The whole predication of you being successful in this league is by you playing well enough that they want to keep giving you contracts.
Well, he won't have to worry about that any longer.
He's banned for life.
So I was like pulling this up now. This is the NBA banned. So I'm willing to bet he will not be welcome back to any like Toronto Raptors alumni things going forward.
Honestly, we signed him after we traded away all of our regular guys, and I was like, "Who the is Jontay Porter?"
So how is it? The NBA banned Raptors for Jontay Porter alleging he bet on games, passed on information to gamblers, and claimed illness to influence a wager. The league said Wednesday. Porter, 24, 6'10", power forward and center, is the brother of Denver Nuggets sharpshooter Michael Porter Jr. and has spent much of his pro career in the NBA's developmental G League. So wow, so it's like he's a hanger-on at best.
Mm-hmm.
He's played in 26 games for Toronto this season, averaging 4 points a game, with 4 points and 3 rebounds. He's also gotten into 11 games for the Memphis Grizzlies in 2021, averaging 2 points and 1 rebound per game.
Yeah, he was taking the under on himself in games. Means you're intentionally missing shots.
Yeah, it's kind of like, dude, it's like there's a reason why the Pete Rose thing is a standard.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, whew.
Dumb.
Like, that's a high level of stupidity there.
You hella dumb, yo.
Yeah. Then you have like the whole Shohei Ohtani thing with
guarantee you he knew about it, but they're gonna just bury it on that one guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like it's buried because they changed their story like within like a couple of days. Like, oh, he's a friend, and it was like what was it, a loan or something or other. And then they flipped the story just a couple days later. It's like, oh shit, Shoei's might be involved. So it's like,
yep, they will bury this dude to save Shoei.
Yeah.
Got to give him all that deferred money.
So it's kind of like that's kind of like I would have wished it's like, oh, it's like Shohei Ohtani busted for gambling and stuff and betting on himself or something or other. That would have been outright hilarious if that was the case.
It'd make me laugh. That'd be the end of his MLB career.
Yeah, well, he could always go back to Japan, although his reputation would be tarnished there too. As a result,
no, he'd still be fine there.
Yeah. And let's see. Oh, was this like who is leading in the AL and NL races? 20 in terms of the MVP stats. Who's the early favorite for the MVP? We're not even a month into the season. It's like,
yeah,
are
it's
you
a bit ridiculous?
That is, yeah. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, oh yeah, it's like you're saying it's like Juan Soto and Mookie Betts are the early odds-on favorites. Yeah, no shit, they're both off to hot starts.
They're both good players, so they're likely to maintain their hot starts. That's a safer bet. Thanks, game. All right, sir. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, we're gonna look for that someone to raid here in just a few. It's like as we do our usual rant rave bullshit session.
I don't mind.
Yep. And of course, we'll drop in on our usual, well, at least my favorite Wednesday targets. Zone Sama. They got also Zone and Cecilia Little Wing are both doing the zone out stuff.
Ooh, wonderful.
And let's see. So knowing that the routine of some of the retro shows, they're doing the Card Sharks right now. That means within a half hour or so.
Good luck, Panda.
Good luck waiting for the shower. Good luck. Time for some over so you get into the shower. like, hopefully they do not use all the hot water. So what we're dropping on Zone Sama. It's like retro TV action. They also do other like longer streams with some gaming. Typically, like on their Friday nights or Saturday night streams. I forget which. Will probably be a cold shower. Whew, cold showers are never fun.
It just makes you go faster. Anyway, sleep well, sir.
Yep.
Always a pleasure.
Yep. Have a great night, Iceman. And also, Striker, if you're still lurking around, thanks for hanging out. And also, everybody else who either chatted, lurked, and so forth. Appreciate y'all. Tomorrow night, we're back to Borderlands 2. Thursday, Ghost of Tsushima. Saturday, Lego Batman 2. And Sunday, Overwatch. Those are our upcoming streams. Tighten your friendship bracelet. Stay safe. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Bye.